So, So yeah, we got this great program. It's called Test Ride. It's with Dance Comp. We'll probably expand it out to other vendors and such. But so at the Nationals, you can approach Dance Trailer. You can go ahead. Essentially, it's a little bit of a process. You got to show a credit card and a license. And they'll give you a set of wheels. And the beautiful part is they'll weigh the bike for you. So if you come up and you roll up and you say, "Man, my ride is 18 pounds." Yeah, it's 18 pounds. Now it's 17 pounds. You can go ahead and ride it for the day. And the only thing that we ask is a questionnaire after the fact, just so we know that is it good, bad, or indifferent.
Right.
Because we want to continuously improve it. Look, this is so we're introing the product. Look, 3 years that product's going to look. It may look radically different because we're going to constantly improve on it.
The tire is an issue. Like obviously, a lot of people love different tires that they've gotten used to. Are you guys planning on investing heavily and doing a whole bunch of different types of tires?
We will. For race, okay. I know that you guys aren't all race, but for race we'll have like 1.4 or 1.6, 1.75. We got a 1.85, 1.95, do 2.1. For street, definitely 2.3. Probably even have maybe we'll come down, maybe do a 2.2, maybe 2.2, 2 and whatever.
Probably 2.1, 2.2, 2.3.
Maybe a 1.95. The idea is, we got a new guy that's working with us to develop tires instead of just me trying to develop tires. I think we need to look at all tread designs, try to come up with something that's maybe functionally inherently different than what we're using now.
Yeah. We know not a lot of people are going to be a fan of the tire, and that is one of the downsides right now. Is this is the only tire that we have for it, but we are going to develop more. It's just a matter of time.
It's a pretty crazy concept if you really think about it, because even somebody like me, I'm not really concerned about the weight of my bike, but the idea that functionally it could save me that pain in the ass when I get a flat and I gotta go find a tube and I gotta go find a gas station and all that stuff. That is really, the weight is cool and everything, but that's pretty unbelievable.
I think it's, one of the things that people persistently, are avoiding is the ride characteristics.
Right.
That I think is...
That's the kind of thing it's hard to describe.
Yeah, it is hard to describe until you've ridden it. Yeah. I'm lost for words. I ride it and I know what it's like, but trying to tell you on camera what it's like, it's impossible.
Is this product the biggest thing that you've developed in your life? Are you that excited about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've developed probably 52 rims over my career, and a lot of other product. This is
like the holy grail of the wheel.
The thing is, look, you think of BMX and you think of all the things, look, I'm 40 years old. I started racing in 1979.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of things. I've been around with a lot of things. And, I think of aluminum frames, A-heads, clip pedals, pivotal, there's the gyro.
Certain things,
innovation pieces.
Those are things that changed, cycling, BMX as a whole. I think this could be that next thing. I think as people look at onto BMX and they say 2012, that was tubeless. It's been used amount for a long time. Look, it's not something that's it's not going away.
Right.
Others are going to try it. I guarantee you. Are they going to do as good? Maybe.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. You don't have a tube in your car or a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's kind of an outdated concept.
There's a reason for that. You know what I mean? And it's just a matter of time. And we're just lucky enough to have done it. But there's going to be skeptics, of course. But who knows what 5 years hold? Maybe it becomes the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Based on the demo you just did, it's kind of hard to find fault in it for me personally.
Like I was mentioning before, I think for me, I'm a street rider, and I look at the Presta valve, and it's one of those things. But you ride it, and you get used to it, and then it just becomes the normal. And you get kids that are coming into BMX that don't know the difference.
Right.
It's kind of, and if they kind of go into it, and this is the way that they build a wheel, just like you and I would build a wheel now, we don't think about it. You put your tube in, blah, blah, blah. But for the kids that are coming into it, and this is what they know, that's just what they know. It's not going to be a big change for them, and I think that's what the biggest thing is the change.
And if it works like it's supposed to, then you're not going to be having to pump your tire out half as much anyway. So.
Yeah.
Well, I think that covers that. You want to run us through the other stuff that Alienation has coming out?
The only thing that we brought over to show is our new Felon rim. Basically, it's our double wall. It's our widest rim. If you're familiar with our Delinquent rim, this is kind of going to be its predecessor, so to speak.
It's an enhanced or improved section.
Exactly. Basically, it's a 6069 material, which is about 29% stronger or lighter than a.
It's not lighter; it's stronger. Thus, you're able to thin your walls up. That's how you get your weight. Most kids don't understand. You take a block of aluminum, same cube, 60, 61, 60, 69. It weighs the same. It's just grain structure is different. So, and hence this one has higher yield and yield and tensile versus this one. You're just able to make the walls a little thinner.
Right.
But they're not lighter than one another.
Right.
I think people need to understand that.
Okay.
But basically, yeah, it's so this one's going in at about 420 grams. It's kind of like our new rim that we
It
put out this
looks
year.
like it's going to weigh a lot more than it feels.
It's,
Right.
you know what?
For being so big.
What we did on this one is instead of running essentially a triple hollow, we ran it's a double hollow. We ran an I-beam down it. What's really unique about this, and I say this is probably one of the most advanced rims on the market, is we do and it's hard to see it on camera. You really have to maybe go to the website and take a look at it, but we call it 4D drilling. Inside, if you look at a motorcycle rim, it has dimples, and it allows that linear path from spoke face to flange. Well, what we did was instead of putting a dimple on it, we chamfer the inside. So we come down and create a secondary drill process, and it chamfers it, so it's directional. If you look at that wheel, you can actually see that the spokes come out, and there's no bends in it whatsoever.
Okay.
What you're doing is trying to take all that stress off the spoke, and put it right where it needs to be, dead center, on that beam itself.
Okay.
That's the key. So this is also the same concept, same material, same drill process. These are the first two that we did with the 4D drill.
Very nice. What about going outside of the world of rims? I see you guys got some stems and pedals that we can look at real quick.
Yeah, we're trying to expand our line. Look, most people know us as a rim company,
Right.
and that's wonderful. I think that's we want to do what we know best,
Right.
and that's wheel systems. But there's no reason to try not to do other designs.
Yeah.
Are we as passionate about it? Probably not.
But to be able to offer, as long as you're working with dealers and everything.
Absolutely. We've got more designs in the works. We've got a top load stem. We've got this great chain device that we're working on. We've got a great seat that Rob's developed under our slider concept, which is the fore-aft mechanism on the pivotal.
It's going to be a fatter. So
The sliding pivotal, that's a kind of cool one.
It's a great concept. You asked me about that would be the second best thing that I think we developed
Right.
in my particular career, but I don't think it's gotten its due. But
We put it down, it's kind of too slim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We kind of missed the boat, like when the trend started to change, and it just came out with it, and we were like, fuck, it changed up a little bit.
Yeah.
So now we're just developing a big fat seat for it. In fact, we're going to call it the BBB, Big Black and Beautiful. It's only going to come in black.
Yeah.
We're not going to make any colors with it. It's just going to be a
It's like a
plain
Ford.
black fat seat, but it's going to have that fore-aft capability of a
Very
little bit
nice.
of variety.
Yeah.
Our pedals, this is just it's an unsealed nylon plus fiber pedal. It's a MSRP range in $19.99, and we just thought we could bring a pedal in also.
what we did is, again, I try to push the envelope a lot of times with light. It's it is lighter than some of the other pedals out there. Plus, we didn't put any brackets or anything. I know people are like, well, why didn't you just hollow it out like everybody else? And you could have lost more weight. But you know what? Frankly, like we wanted to put our logo there. I mean, it looks a little cooler than the others. I don't want reflective brackets on it.
Yeah.
And I was able to make it as lighter than what's in the marketplace. Plus, it's got I think it's a kind of a slimmer profile from a side perspective. So, just trying something a little different.
Right.
It's a pedal.
What about the team? You got Tony Maloof just joined.
Yeah, real excited.
Excited about that?
Yeah, of course we're excited. Yeah.
And who else? We got Brad still in there.
Yeah,
and,
we got Brad, we got Dylan Stark, and then we just brought on so we had a guy in the UK riding for one of our distributions for a few years now, out of the UK with Scoop Distribution, named Tom Justice, and he's not the guy that's going to go over and throw like a triple whip over a spine, but he's got crazy style. We put him on the flow team, on the pro team, just based on how you can just sit and watch him just ride.
Right.
Style and flow he's all about it. He's a UK rider, but I think we can try to promote him a little bit more in the US and do good things with him.
Yeah. So anybody at home, check out Tom Justice. Search that on the come up or alienationbmx.com. Right? Any last words here?
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, no problem. And I guarantee there's going to be 5,000 kids that are freaking out on message boards and stuff about this right now. So it should be good.
Good.
Be nice to us, man. We try.
Yeah. Rob he'll respond in the comments, right? Yeah, scared.
Someone else will respond in my name.
No, we got
Not
this
anymore.
one.
Not anymore. Yeah, not
What's the
anymore.
craziest thing you saw said as you, a fake name? used to get that
He
treatment.
mountain bikes every day.
Yeah, it was pretty funny because somebody like wrote something pretty shitty about us or whatever, and somebody responded as me calling them a pussy, like use your real name, which I thought was kind of funny.
It's like something you would kind
Yeah,
of
well, I would say
yeah.
that, of course, but I don't even respond to that stuff
Yeah.
anyways because it's whatever. I don't anything like the Facebook thing that you guys brought in is pretty cool because if someone wants to call you out and say stuff, then it's credible. You know what I mean? It's not just somebody saying "fuck you" under 6 different names.
Right.
But yeah, it was pretty funny. I mean, I thought the guy was kind of clever because it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. Call me out, just say it.
All right, so alienationbmx.com.
Yep.
What's the Twitter? What's the Instagram?
At Alienation BMX.
Okay.
Yep.
Both of them. All right. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, man, thanks very much.
Thanks, bro.
Cool. Yeah, that was awesome. I can't.
Yeah?
Kids are gonna freak out about that. We'll just have it as the title instead of it.